This is another Disney podcast production.
Welcome to this week's edition of Reimagineer It, where we take your favorite Disney attractions and put them on the curb with the recycling. This week, we're going to tackle Tom Sawyer's Island. Let's see what we come up with.
Now I think it's just a game. We have to think of a different way to destroy the attraction every episode.
For sure.
Yep.
That was really good.
I only said it tonight because it's actually trash night here, so I have to remember to take the trash out.
I love it. Put it out with the recycling. I mean, that Disney does it like a lot. Like I learned this week, random fact, that you remember how awesome the animatronic was in the great movie ride of the Witch?
Yeah, we all know where it is now.
Where?
I heard it was Kylo.
No, you know what it
Where is it
actually
now?
is? It's red on Pirates.
Oh,
That's the animatronic.
I heard
that
was
this week. I was like, what?
interesting.
Yeah, like that would make more sense. Kylo would.
Well, because Kylo is apparently pretty short on that, and it has the kind of dainty hands when he's using the Force there. So
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I heard it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
cool.
crazy.
Very.
That's cool.
So yeah, Tom Sawyer Island. Now, last week you guys talked about how much you struggled with the Tomorrowland Speedway. That was, for me, it was a last second for this week. I had nothing.
Oh.
And finally I robbed Peter to pay Paul. So I finally came up with something.
Okay.
So as always, we will jump in with history, but just the American parts.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that never gets old. Okay, for the Walt Disney World version, it opened on May 20th, 1973, but the original opened in Disneyland in June 16, 1956, which was almost a year after the park opened. Disneyland was 1955, right? July, maybe?
Yes,
Something like
July 17th, 1955.
that. So, here's what I discovered in my book. So, Tom Sawyer Island is the only Disneyland attraction single-handedly designed by Walt himself. Did you guys know that?
No.
I did not.
So Walt was unhappy with the first set of drawings produced by one of his top artists, and Walt took the drawings home, reworked them overnight, and then the next morning he handed the drawings to his artist and said, "This is what the island should look like." Boom, mic drop. So a place where kids' imaginations can safely run riot. It's filled with secret caves, trails, and passages to explore. Island landmarks have names to suggest danger and excitement, like Injun Joe's Cave, Fort Wilderness, and Teeter Totter Rock. And even after Tom Sawyer Island was built, he kept his ears open for ideas that he could use to plus and improve the attraction. His best ideas came from a 12-year-old newspaper boy.
That's awesome.
Like this.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
once I heard that quote, I was like, I'm not even looking up history. That's way cooler.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, I did not know that like literally Walt designed it. Like that is insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that it spilled over. Of course, now it's changed to something piracy at Disneyland now, right? It's pirate.
Well, I know that it was rethemed Pirate's Lair on
Yes.
Tom Sawyer's Island. Like
that's what it's called.
Well, it was it was expanded in 2007 to include that. So that's what I do now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys had this right out of the box. I'm gonna let y'all go first because I struggled like a.
I mean, I think Brandon should go first because I've gone first the past 2 weeks. So
Well, we just
All
think
right.
you're number one, Matthew.
All
that
right.
makes one of us.
Yeah, I can go first. So this one I actually did not struggle that much with. It's something that I wish that was in Disney World's Magic Kingdom, and that is the Kingdom of Corona from Tangled.
Oh,
so
snap.
it's far past time that those dope bathrooms get a land to go around them, right?
Okay.
So first we got to find a way to get people over to the island. And the bridge is going to be a best way to do it. Now, unfortunately, that means the poor Liberty Bell is going to have to be stationary. Won't be moving anymore. I'm going to turn that into a sweet quick service dining location, but that's another topic for another episode.
You should call it Tiana's.
We'll call it Tiana's. The bridge will start where the current boat docks to take you to Tom Sawyer Island, and of course it will go across to where the other boat dock is. The centerpiece of the island on the Kingdom of Corona will be a scaled down version of the castle. All around the castle will be a village. Think of the area around the bathrooms, but on a grander scale. That includes like a village. There'll be cobblestone streets. There'll be little stores that sell souvenirs. The snack stands are going to sell Pascal-shaped ice cream, and they'll also sell Rapunzel hair cotton candy treats.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So as we leave the village, that's a place where everybody can kind of mill around. That's like the main square. As we leave the village, we're going to enter the forest part of the island. This will be a tree-filled and much-needed shade spot in the Magic Kingdom. Those are few and far between. Here in the forest, we will find the quick-service restaurant that is on the island. It will be named after the crazy little tavern in the movie called the Snuggly Duckling.
Yes.
So it'll be a ransacked little shack, pretty dark but pretty cool inside. You're going to be able to get your standard quick service fare, but it'll be done in a cool atmosphere. So that'll be awesome with a tangled twist. Now, at the back of the forest, after you leave the Snuggly Duckling, will be the character meet and greet spot. It'll take place in front of a scaled-down version of Rapunzel's tower. Here you will meet characters, get up close and personal with Rapunzel, Flynn, and Mother Gothel. So, yeah, that's my idea for Tom Sawyer Island.
Damn, it was really well thought out.
Yes, it only goes down from here.
You should have. Well, you should have ended. Crap.
I should have gone last.
I love it.
Mine is just like, we're gonna paint it. I'm just kidding.
We're going to paint it. All right, have a great show.
Oh my gosh, that was really good. Okay, so here's the one thing that I have to request, because I know what's really popular over at Universal, right? You get the butter beer, and then of course you have LeFou's brew. At the Snuggly Duckling, you'll have to serve some kind of fun drink that is like ale appropriate for all ages. That would be really fun. And you get a collector's cup out of it, right? For sure.
O'Doul's?
O'Doul's.
O'Doul's.
Wow. Wow. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Wow.
But yeah. I
That
had
was
a lot of
really
fun.
good.
I had a lot of fun with that one. My wife is a connoisseur of the bathrooms at Disney, so every time we are at the Magic Kingdom, we make at least 3 stops at the Rapunzel bathrooms, and I sit there while waiting for her to come out of the bathroom, and I just think, like, this would be awesome as its own land. I mean, Rapunzel has her own little tower back there, and you can go across the way and search for all the Pascals and the little cottage forest area. And I just think, like, if you could expand that to a bigger, grander stage, it would be super awesome. So Tom Sawyer Island just seems like a place.
Talk a little bit more about that, because I think that's one of the lesser known things in that area is all the Pascals. So talk about, like, what that entails.
So if you are if you're standing at the Rapunzel tangled bathrooms and you look across to the cottage towards Peter Pan, you know that there's the relaxation spot there with the tables where you can plug in your cell phone, and then there's that little yard that's surrounded by a fence, and it's got a cottage and it's got a little creek running through that. Well, if you look in there are Pascals hidden all throughout the area, and I think it's 11 Pascals.
Yeah, it's 9 or 11. It's one of those two,
I think it's 11, and
I have still not found them all.
Yeah, and they are hidden everywhere. If you look up on the window of the cottage, they're underneath the windowsill. There's one that's on a tree that looks like tree bark.
Yes.
There's a couple down by the water. So next time you guys go, spend some time there and just see if you can find all 11. I will give you one hint. One of the 11 is not inside that area. It's in the tangled area, but it's not inside the little cottage area. But it's a great thing. Little kids love looking for them.
Yeah.
I will say, if you want help, find a cast member in that area. A lot of them know where they are.
Yeah. For sure.
So
Yeah.
It's a fun
Yeah.
little thing. And if your wife goes to the restroom as much as Brandon does, you'll have plenty of time to discover.
Correct. I find
It's
them
your
all
new game.
every single time. Every single time I find them all.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. All right, Matthew, me or you?
I'll go.
All right, do it.
Okay. So here's what I got. Mine is not super original, but I will say I think this could be really good for the retheming of Splash Mountain, but mine doesn't really have to do with Splash Mountain. But here's what I got. So when I went to Disneyland Paris, the one thing that I thought was very, very unique about their Big Thunder Mountain is that it was on an island. You had to board in this area called Thunder Mesa, and Thunder Mesa is their frontierland of sorts. So my idea is to demolish everything on Tom Sawyer Island and make it Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Now, what you're saying, there's already a Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Yeah, but Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is cooler when it's on an island. Come on.
It is pretty
So we're
dope.
knocking it down.
Yeah.
Disney is not known to, like, Disney has been known at points to kind of rethink the idea, like, this attraction doesn't do really well here. Let's move it. Let's put it somewhere else. A la Dumba.
Yeah.
So I think that could I think that could be good. So, okay, now I do need to dig in a little bit further because I'm getting rid of an attraction that's somewhere else, and I am putting in this attraction in another place. So what am I going to do with the area that it's in? What am I going to do with the queue? What's going to happen? So here's what I'm going to do. You know that bridge that's out in front of pretty much all of Frontierland? It's like a second walkway.
Yes.
Like it's just awesome.
Yeah.
It's great
Yeah.
to get back to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and Splash Mountain. So here's my idea. That is where the queue is going to be. That is also where you're going to hop on the ride. So that's kind of the area that it's going to be in. It's going to be right next to the river, so you won't have to get rid of the Liberty Bell. So the Liberty Bell will still be able to run. And the cool thing about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in Disneyland Paris at Thunder Mesa is you have to go through this tunnel, and it's like a rush at the beginning of the ride. So that's super fun. Okay, so you board over at the bridge, and then so what's left where Big Thunder Mountain is now? That is going to be a small New Orleans square. And so that will better help with the retheming of Splash Mountain.
Oh,
Okay.
So
yeah.
there you go.
They have
Thunder
to serve
Mesa.
beignets there.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So really, you will end up with New Orleans Square and Thunder Mesa in my reimagining of Tom Sawyer's
I love
Island. And I will say we can add the little bit of storyline to Haunted Mansion because it's looking over Thunder Mesa.
That's right.
And the mansion can be the owner of the mansion can be the owner of Thunder Mesa.
Ooh, I like it.
Because that's how it is at Phantom Manor. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Okay, that's what I got.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
As long, your restaurant has
that's
to be
good.
called beignets. They have to serve beignets, and it has to be called beignets at the beignets. Sorry, can you tell I'm bitter that the resort is closed that has the beignets, the only beignets you can really get in Disney World? It's closed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put it in the park.
The only
Yeah,
true beignets.
I'm
I mean,
bitter.
I had the chocolate-filled beignets at Francis last trip.
Not
but
the same.
It's fine.
Not the
Not the
same.
same.
thing,
It's
man.
not the same. They're not
Kind
as
of like
good
the
the
Mickey
next day.
bars at Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Your restaurant could be called O'Doul's and Beignets.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Oh my gosh.
And I'm done. I don't have to do mine. That's what I'm changing mine. That is going to be an O'Doul's Brewery for Matthew's restaurant. That's what I'm changing. Tom Sawyer Island. Done. Have a good show. Okay. Mine is so lame. I stole this. I
Dave
was like,
apologizes in advance.
how can we just get more of this in your life. Okay, here we go.
Ready?
I also would park the Liberty Bell. Sorry. It would become a quick service. I think it would be great to be, I really would theme that Tiana's and to help tie in because it's close-ish to Splash Mountain. Okay, I would build a bridge. And
and get over it.
As you walk across, this would slowly transform into Arendelle.
Oh,
The snow-capped mountain of Arendelle would be looming in the background in the distance, like climbing above the trees.
okay.
With a magnificent lake surrounding the Scandinavian-esque landscape.
All right.
Fjord.
then-
It's the fjord.
Yeah, it's the fjord. Gesundheit. Now, guests will experience character encounters, of course, a new restaurant, and shopping because we're at Disney. It has to be all the shopping. And at the center of it all, an attraction that would be a ride in Kristoff's sleigh up the mountain, only to be chased by wolves and having to save Olaf because he fell off. So that is what I would
I love it.
re-theme it to.
That's so much fun.
Now,
I love it. You and Brandon.
I like
will
it.
yours have a castle?
well, it'd have the Arendelle Mountain. I mean, I guess it would,
No,
but it would be probably
just
to
the-
scale like
Just the snow-capped mountain.
yeah. Matthew, let it go. It would need to but I would probably do it something like they do with the Belle and Beast Castle.
Can it just
how
be
it's
a
like
little bit
way
better?
on the top of the
Can
rock.
it just be a little bit better than Belle and Beast Castle?
Yeah, that scaling didn't quite work out like they
No,
intended.
no,
It
no,
looks
not.
like a little building on top of some rocks.
Yes, it does.
But hey, they tried. Yeah, man,
They tried.
That's all. That's all I got.
Did you say there was going to be a restaurant there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't theme it at all because this was a ninth inning entry. I had nothing until about 20 minutes for the show, and I was like, let's just put it. We all need more Frozen.
I got it. Big summer beignets and O'Doul's.
Yes. Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
Big summer blowout. Yeah, I mean, I just think that would be a cool way to like. It would separate it from everything else because you're walking, the waterway.
Yeah.
and it would be cool to kind of look across and see that over there in and amongst the trees.
Yeah.
But
At any
yeah,
point in the year, would it freeze and you could run across it?
it's Central Florida, so
Yes.
you tell me.
The answer is yes.
When was the last time it snowed? It may have been in 2019. It did snow in 2019, didn't it?
No.
No, it just had a deep freeze and
Deep
all of
freeze.
The orange groves were in trouble.
The iguanas fell out of the trees, but no snow.
Things that only happen in Florida.
That's
Yep.
right. That's right. I like that. That's good for a last minute decision.
Yeah.
I
But
I approve.
They're building Arendelle in France, so it was kind of low hanging fruit. I was
Yeah.
just like, let's just put it in Magic Kingdom. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not really original. Now, Matthew,
Mine wasn't original either, per se.
well, yeah, it was. I mean, you're moving stuff around and giving it more of a New Orleans feel. And
Yeah.
I love that area in Disneyland.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's like there's also like back alleys back there, which is really. I mean, you don't necessarily find a lot of quiet spots
Right,
in
yeah,
the
it
Magic
is.
Kingdom, and
Yeah.
back there in Disneyland, it's really quiet and nice.
It's pretty
quaint.
chill. I can't wait for Brandon and Krista to experience it.
I can't wait to go.
It's so good. Okay, so Matthew had a great idea for some audience participation.
Yes. So, folks, here's what we want you to do. We want you to, when we talk about this on social media, we want you guys to get involved. We always love getting your ideas. But one thing that we want to do differently this time is we want you guys to determine the winner of this week's Reimagineer It. So whose did you like the best? Was it Brandon's with the land of Corona? What do you call it? Corona
The
Land?
Kingdom of Corona. I don't think it would go over well if we called it Corona Land.
It's
Worst
Corona
name
Land.
in 2020 and
Yeah.
2021.
So Brandon wants to continue the Corona theme throughout the history of Magic Kingdom.
Thank you for not
so
saying
he's the winner.
coronavirus. So you'll come in third just because
Yes,
the name.
yes. And then, or it's me with Thunder Mesa, or Dave with Arendelle. So who do you think won? Hit us up on social media and let us know.
And if you don't like me, I'll be sure to let it go. Dad jokes win.
The show's over.
Yeah, let's end this madness. All right, that was good.
That was good. Dave, before we go, tell the people where they can find us.
Yeah, man. So the easiest places is Facebook and Instagram with Another Disney Podcast. Our interwebs is anotherdisneypodcast.com. You can call, text, or email through, anotherdizpodcast@gmail.com. But our phone number is 757-563-4742. And if I was wrong, it's on the screen. And so we are serious. We would love to know some feedback, what you would do, who you think was the best. Like we always want to know. And of course, if you share with us what you would do, we would love to share it on next week's episode. And on the Twitterverse at anotherdizpod. Another Dizpod at Another Dizpod. That's it, right? I've hit them all.
It.
You hit
That's
them
all
all
of them.
That's it.
That's it. We love doing
That's
these
it.
for you guys. I love that it's a surprise even for all of us every week. And so next week, join us as we leave your favorite attractions out with the recycling.
Yes.
We're throwing them out. Bye.
Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.